Good morning and welcome to Loring Vicariously, where I actually have notes today because we're doing things a little bit differently. Today's episode is about the Tao, and originally this video was going to be very, very, very short because I know blessedly little about the Tao, like less than the orcs. But I decided I was going to reach out to the community, and I posted in one of the Facebook groups, and you guys came through. So now I know a whole lot more about the Tao, and I'm going to share that here with you. First and foremost, most people think that the Tao are communist fish people. And apparently they are neither. They are blue, yes, but they also have hooves. And instead of being communists, they ascribe to a caste system. There are 5 castes, starting with fire. They are the warriors. The fire warriors from the Farside Enclave actually carry swords. So, there's this whole thing about how Tau are just shooty and they don't like melee. But Farsight's fire warriors are special. I don't know that I'm getting the emphasis on the right syllables on all of this, so bear with me. Farsight being the name of a dude, a Tau dude, who he was a genius warrior and did a whole lot of cool things. He was like the Sun Tzu of the Tao, except he's maybe blessed by corn and carries a Necron sword that steals the life of everything that he kills, thereby prolonging his life past the normal lifespan of about 40 years. So he should have been long dead, but he's still alive and kicking and is so much of a rebel that he's got his own enclave that he runs. He's a hero of the people. The next cast is water. I might be getting these out of order. Apologies if I do. Please someone set me straight in the comments. The water cast are diplomats, and the earth cast are engineers. Air are pilots, and the interesting thing about the Tau pilots are they don't have warp drives, so it takes basically a whole lifetime of a pilot to get from point A to point B. They did experiment once with faster than light. He's back. Yes. Why do you only do this when I'm recording? Oh my gosh. So they did experiment with faster than light travel, but that created a greater good daemon. Partially because of something that we're going to touch on after the casts. The last cast is ethereals, and they are the leader cast. Yes. Are you an ethereal? Are you an ethereal kitty? Are you telling me what to do? Well, I'm recording right now, okay? They are the leaders. Nobody really knows where the ethereals came from because the Tau used to be a very primitive people, and then suddenly the ethereals came and their technology advanced rapidly. Some people theorize that maybe the Eldar tinkered with them and elevated them to maybe a psychic level. Lots of people think that the ethereals are psychics. Evidence to support this is that a Calexis assassin was sent after one of the ethereals on a planet, and that the entire rest of the race might be under mind control. Oh, 2 cats today. Y'all are in for a treat with this one. We got 2 meowers. Next, I want to touch on the helper races, the gue'vesa'la. There are, of course, the humans. Interesting note that I did not know is that the Tau allow their human helpers to continue to worship the Emperor, which I thought would run counter, but it doesn't. Apparently, they have freedom of religion in the Tau Empire. Then we have, of course, the Kroot, which I think are just adorable. I do think that they are mercenaries and thus are paid to be helping the Tau out. And then there's another one by name. Yes. Why don't you let me record and then I'll feed you? Okay? Someday I will learn to feed them before I record. One name that I did not know is the Vespid, and they're like an insect-like creature that helps the Tau. So the greater good demon thing came because humans, of course, do have a psychic presence in the warp, and with the faster than light experiments, those human minds were left. They didn't have a Galler field, which is the thing that protects humans from the effects of the warp and shields them from demons and stuff. He's licking my leg. Sorry, that is so very distracting. So they don't have Galler fields. They didn't have Galler fields when they did this faster than light experiment, and the minds of all of their human helpers were left open to the warp, which kind of like glommed all of this energy together and created its own daemon that was like, it's a greater good daemon. It's all about the greater good, because that's what those humans were thinking about at the time. So that's not scary at all. Speaking of the greater good, the Tau are all about the greater good. There's so much about the greater good that they are like super naive, like super sweet and naive. They tried to convince the orcs to join a lot and kept getting killed and kept doing it for a long time before they decided that the orcs were a lost cause. They are so driven toward the greater good that they will sacrifice their own people, including their leaders, like they did to the Drukhari, so that they could get help fighting Tyranids. That's a page of notes done. Interesting things about the Tau are that their number system is not a base 10 like ours. Theirs is a base 4, which I don't even understand how that could work. Like, I cannot wrap my mind around a base 4 number system. Hi, meow, meow. He's telling you about the Tau too. So I was told that somebody wanted more information about the 8, or which are the mysterious group of commanders at the top of the enclaves. Nobody ever explained really what an enclave was, but I think I picked it up from context clues that an enclave is like the sub-faction within the larger faction. Like with Astartes, you have different chapters, and with Soritas, you have different orders. So I think the enclaves are different, like, tomb worlds, if you will, the way the Necrons do, or hive fleets, the way the Tyranids do. They're the different established communities that have their own fighting forces. And I think that because the 3 that are listed, there's one that's listed as an Earth caste that runs a Riptide, one is an AI, and another is Farsight. And I know for a fact that Farsight runs his own rebel community outside of the influence of the Ethereals. I don't know that it's actually outside the influence of the Ethereals, but I know he was like, my methods are not traditional, and I will not sully the greater good with my rogue element. So yeah. That's what I know about Tau. Today, we're also going to do another thing that's different, is I want to talk very briefly about something that I want to bring into all of my videos, which is a gratitude section, wherein I just talk about something that has made me grateful, specifically in regards to the content of that video. And so today I want to talk about, I came across a post in one of the groups. I'm not going to say which. I'm not going to name the name of the lady either. I did get permission to talk about the actual guy who I'm talking about, though. There was a post, a lady's husband, unfortunately, had passed away, and she'd been going through his things, and found a Forge World Sicarian Punisher assault tank that had not even been put together, and posted about, trying to sell it. And this guy, his name was Opie Miller, he made the offer to paint it and send it back in his memory. And due to generosity of a few people, he was given enough money to just buy a new one so that she could sell the old one. And he would paint it up to match the guy's army for his son, who was starting to get into 40k hardcore in his father's absence, and send it back to the family so that they could have something in the memory of their father, husband, their lost loved one. And that, I know that loss is really hard to deal with, but the offer just really touched me, and it made me feel like this is the side of what keeps me in the hobby, is that there are good people. There are good things in the world, Mr. Frodo. And it really touched my heart, and I feel very grateful to share this hobby with people like that. And so now I want to ask you guys to share your gratitude, specifically hobby related for this time, but you can think of any gratitude that you want and share that with yourself. I highly recommend that. But please go down below, post a comment about what you're grateful for in conjunction with the hobby. I'd really love to read all of your gratitudes. And that's pretty much it. I want to do special thanks to the members of the Warhammer 40k fans Facebook group for sharing your knowledge with me. I think that I have picked through all of the silly non-canon stuff and only stuck with the canon stuff. There are a lot of people that don't like Tau, guys. A lot of people. Also, there's an apostrophe in Tau. T''AU. I didn't know that all this time. 4 years in this hobby, hardcore in the hobby, didn't know that Tau has an apostrophe. I do now. Another special thanks to specifically Justin Alexander, my new Facebook friend, who has given me enough information that I can have a special video dedicated to Commander Farsight. So be looking for that in the future. Thumbs up this video if you like the new format. And if there's anything specifically that you want to hear about, please comment and let me know. Oh, and don't forget to live, laugh, lore. Also, subscribe, notification bell, like, comment, all that stuff. It really helps with the algorithm, gets the video out to more people so that they can enjoy the fun stuff as well. Bye!